welcome to another fun-filled edition of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. I am your host, Amin Elhassan. I'm joined, as always, by Jay Skills and Big Jerv. No Juju Gotti, no Trey Edwards today. They are out on assignment. We got a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about Fatburger, the underrated burger chain. I know everyone wants to talk about In-N-Out versus, Shake Shack versus Five Guys. We never talk about Fatburger. We'll show Fatburger some love. Also, religion. We're recording this on Easter, so I'm coming face to face with a lot of, Easter kind of sayings and stuff. The guys are going to help me through that. Also, how did porn start? We're going to go through the history, try to figure out a start date for porn, as well as the Pornhub ban that's happening in Texas, which has resulted in some of the best basketball being played in Texas all season long from the Spurs, the Rockets, and the Mavericks. We'll update the MVP race and say who's in, who's out. We'll give Jerv some grief about Philly sports. Of course, we got to talk about Diddy and what's the last Diddy song you can give up, right? Like if you had to give up every Diddy song in the catalog, which is the one that you get to hold on to? And finally, are the Migos the greatest rap group of all time? You don't want to miss that conversation. But first, www.patreon.com/countthedings. That's where you sign up for all the extra content. Get this whole podcast out on the same day. Get the Cinephobe special edition episodes. Get the Rewatchingtons that we do on Cinephobe. Get the OG podcast in its full version. Get the ad-free version of podcasts. Get the Discord. And I'm really excited about this. The live shows are back. That's right. April 6th in Toronto at the Soho House. We've got a live show. We're going to be out there. Jerv will be out there. Jason will be out there. Trey, Zach Harper. You don't want to miss this. It's the triumphant return after 5 years off. We're coming back with live shows. In order to attend, you have to be a Soho House member, and obviously you have to be in Toronto. But if you are not a Soho House member, don't worry, because for our Patreons, we are getting a select number of passes. So another reason to join the Patreon, patreon.com/countthedings, sign up, and maybe you get selected to come and watch our first live show in 5 years and hopefully the beginning of many more. All right, let's start the show and let's talk about medication and medicine. Do you like taking it?
Yo, I mean, you look fucking, dude, never mind. You look tired, man. Before we start, you look tired, bro.
I took Benadryl last night because I was having an allergic reaction to I don't know what. Okay. But I've been out of it. Like I overslept. Like I woke up by like 5 minutes before I had to do radio. Okay. Which is unlike me on Sundays. And I just, even when I was doing radio, I was like, I kind of felt absent-minded and shit. So I don't know, man. This is why I don't like taking medication, by the way. Like, other than like Advil or
I can something with Benadryl. Benadryl take me out for like a good 48, 72 hours, damn near.
Yeah, I hate taking medication. I'm like an anti-Western medicine. Like, I'm just trying to get better on my own.
I'm trying to be that way.
But I take Benadryl. I'm not gonna lie. Like if I have some shit that's like
because it works.
I'll pop a Tylenol real quick though. We're not. Okay.
I don't know. I don't really fuck with Tylenol. Like I try not to. If I get a headache, I try to just ride it out. Like
I do. That's true. I do thug it out, but I don't feel as like anti when it comes to Tylenol as I do like Benadryl or like codeine or all the stuff like that. Like I'm not big on muscle relaxers. I hate muscle relaxers.
Oh, I can't fuck with muscle relaxers.
Yeah. Nah, but I need one. I should just fucking.
I mean that's not dog, but like I've said like I'd rather deal with like just excruciating pain and feel like that.
Yeah.
I can't deal with like the absolute losing like control over my fucking body. Like I'm good. I had muscle relaxers.
Is that what muscle relaxers do? Because I don't think I've ever.
For me, it did. When after like a car accident, whatever they gave me, I remember taking one and I was like I felt like I was laying there and like everything was moving around me, and but like I was uncomfortable. Like I was like I'm good. I actually if I ever have another, I hope I never do, but if I was to ever give him, the first thing I ever tell them is like, yo, I'm good. Whatever y'all give me, just don't give me muscle relaxers. Like I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah. Like I got, when I got surgery, they prescribed Vicodin,
That's the first pill I ever liked. Like on some when I was a kid, I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, and I was like, oh, this shit got me feeling kind of crazy.
I don't know. Like I never took it. Like I was like, I'll take it if the pain is unbearable. And like the pain was uncomfortable, but I was like, it's not, dog, I can live. I'll live. It's one of those things. Like I really have to be pushed to a limit to say, okay, let me take some meds. Whereas I feel like some people do it just like if they feel a little discomfort, they're popping pills.
Oh no, a lot of people was like, give me the pill. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
I do pop Tylenols at the night, like after like a night of drinking. I will take 2
regardless of whether you feel good or not.
I'm Tylenol, and I'll pop 2 Tylenol, and I'll drink a Gatorade, and
like
that usually keeps me from
the preventative measure,
the preventative shit, like to make sure I wake up okay.
That shit is crazy to me.
Did I just sound like pill popping Jerv or something right there?
No. You like
I don't think it's like that.
I'm not saying you sound crazy. I'm saying because a lot of people, there are people I know people who pop pills before they play ball. They go play pickup ball. They're like, hold on, they take 4 Advil and then they go play. And I'm like, that can't be how that shit works. Like, it's not a bouncer at the clubs, like, and it sees pain. Like, no, man, you can't come in here. You're not on the list. Like,
I'll say this. When I'm drinking a night of and I'm not saying like, 2 drinks, right? Like I'm saying like, yo, one of those nights, right? One of those nights. If I can remember, I like to get myself 2 Tylenol and Gatorade, and I generally will wake up without my headache that I know I can tell when I've reached that drinking point of a headache. You know what I mean? Like so that the Tylenol helps me with that, and then the Gatorade helps me not feel as sluggish. And I know if Trey was here, Trey would say, yo, just drink some fucking water. Yeah, I know, but I don't want fucking water when I'm lit. Like for some reason, blue Gatorade is my shit. I know that the dye is bad for me. I've read everything, but fuck it, it's my life. Yo, I'm choosing to live it how I want to live it.
No, I'm like that, but with a cheeseburger. So it's actually not like the healthy thing.
That's crazy you said that. Yo, I just saw that on Parks and Rec, and they all. I've never really watched Parks and Rec, to be honest with you. So like every Parks and Rec, I see every Parks and Rec episode I see now was new to me, and they just had one where they was all hungover, and my man Ron, whatever, the most manliest man of all time, whatever, boy, like yo, he just came through with burgers and shit and was like, yo, this is good for hangovers. I never knew.
Oh, for real?
Like, nah, I mean, bro, I do it, you know what I mean? But I just thought that was me being
cured.
Oh. Yeah. I got reason for 3 a.m. meals now, yo. There we go. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah. No, I order the Fatburger, and then I'll go crazy with it. I get the chili, you know what I'm saying, chili cheeseburger. And go stupid with it.
Fatburger, you mean like the location?
Yeah.
Yo, can I tell you something?
What? You've never been a Fatburger?
Nah, I ain't really fuck with Fatburger.
Oh, it's pretty good, man. I like Fatburger.
I like the which I call better. But in defense, I've only been to. I don't think I went to the Fatburger in Vegas. I don't think I went to Fatburger and when I was out.
The Fatburger, the Vegas version is not. Yeah, you need to go to.
Is the In-N-Out cool? Because that's the only In-N-Out I've been to, and I like it. I thought it was straight.
I mean, okay, so the thing about In-N-Out is like In-N-Out, for some reason, out of every restaurant I've ever been to, like it's the only thing that's consistent everywhere, every time. Like that's like their number one selling point. I feel like whether you like it or not or whatever, like I mean, you're gonna get the same quality every single time, no matter what location. But Fatburger it's kind of like every other restaurant.
It's like a better burger.
It's a better burger.
Way better burger.
Way better burger.
But it's like it's kind of a case by case basis, like every other place in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm lying. I also went to In-N-Out in Oakland.
Yeah, and it's probably the same as the one you had before.
I don't know. It was cool.
In-N-Out's mad mid, man.
I was there. I think I was there with you. I mean,
yeah, we went.
After a game. Yeah.
We went after a game.
Yeah, after a game.
I remember.
I won't stand for In-N-Out slander. I love In-N-Out. You know what I'm saying? When I die, bury me under the In-N-Out. Like this is my. I like made it through my adult life for sure. College, like
for real,
off In-N-Out.
Yeah, bro. It's so bland. There's no flavor in it.
I mean, it depends on how you order it. I get animal style burger.
I get animal style too, but also if I gotta order off a secret menu for your food to taste good,
Wait, there's a secret menu?
Yeah, there's a secret
In
menu.
and out.
Yeah, they have a bunch of different items like
Get the fuck out of here.
They have a protein burger, grilled cheese, animal style. They have a bunch of different styles. Animal style fries.
It's all mid. It's all mid.
Nah, it's not. It's but I feel you though, because I also put chili peppers on their little I forgot which kind of chilies they are. Pepperoncinis or whatever. I put those on the burger as well with the animal style. So I agree, like you do need to add flavor to the burger to make it like something. So
like In-N-Out's claim to fame is the consistency, and it's not expensive, right?
Yep.
That's
not expensive.
Like, because Fatburger is a pricier burger, but I also feel like Fatburger is criminally underrated. Like, I'd rather have Fatburger. I'd rather have Fatburger than Shake Shack. I'd rather have Fatburger than In-N-Out. I'd rather have Fatburger than
Shake Shack's pretty good.
Shake Shack's all right.
Shake Shack kind of fell off a little bit. When they expanded out of New York, they fell off hard.
Preach on it, because it used to be really good. And then at some point, I'm like, this isn't the same Shake Shack burger that I'm accustomed to.
I didn't realize Shake Shack was in New York. Or whatever. It was in Texas, so I thought it was something down there.
When I first started going to New York in like 08, 09, like Shake Shack was the In-N-Out of New York. And it was actually a little bit better than In-N-Out. And I was like, wow, like this is my landing spot.
Used to be better for sure.
Yeah, this is my landing spot. When I come to New York, I'm going to Shake Shack. And then they start branching out. They got them in LA and shit. And I started going in LA because I'm like, man, this is the shit. But the quality was never the same. And then even when I went back to New York, it wasn't the same as it was.
Jason, you know what it's like?
What?
The Popeyes chicken sandwich in 2020 versus the Popeyes chicken sandwich
today.
In 2020, I'm telling you, when the shit was going crazy,
food now, yo.
And this is what I did. I went to the one Popeyes that's in a nice neighborhood in America. There's a Popeyes in North Scottsdale on Shea Road, right across the street from like a very nice hospital where my kids were born. And it's just, so I went to that Popeyes. There's no line. There's nobody there. I ordered that chicken sandwich. Dog, when I tell you, it is the greatest chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life. And I like a crack addict, I've been searching for that high so many places, and it just never is the same. And now what's been explained to me is the reason why it was so good at 2020 was because the demand was so high and they couldn't keep up. Every sandwich that they made was like fresh, made to order. Now when you go, them bitches are sitting under the heat lamp.
Right. It's kind of how like all these companies like Uber and all of that. It's like they start off and it's like the prices is cheap. Everything is good. It's nice cars. It's great.
Yep.
And then, you know what I'm saying? They got to make money for the They got to make money for the shareholders. And now the whole game is fucked up.
They start cutting corners, and next thing you know, that shit is all messed up. Today we're recording this on Easter Sunday, and I want to share with you guys an awkward exchange, and I don't know how to recover from it, right? So as most of you know, or maybe don't know, like I'm not Christian, never been. So many of the stuff that people do and celebrate and engage in, like I have vague ideas about it, but I really don't know. I don't know, right? So a friend of mine sends me a message saying, "Have you heard?" And my response was, "Heard what?" And between parentheses, and don't say the bird is the word. Because I thought it was a Family Guy. Like, have you heard what? That the bird is the word. They're like, oh, here we go. He got me. So I was like, I'm not falling for that.
This is your Candace Owens God is good moment.
Precisely. And the response back was, you guys know what the response back was?
No,
he is risen.
Right? Oh yeah, he's risen. But I didn't know if he was gonna say that or if he was gonna like give you an explanation.
It's a she. She said, she hit me back with, he is risen, and I went with laughing, crying emojis because I thought it was like, I got you, ha ha ha, happy Easter. I didn't realize that this is a call and response thing.
Yeah. No, it's
and so things. Like I asked somebody else, like, yo man, like this. Have you heard? And then like, heard what? He's risen. Is that like my friend being an asshole kind of friend? Like, ha, I got you? Or is that a thing? And my friend's like, oh yeah, that's a thing people say on Easter. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, should I delete or edit? And I was like, you know what? Nope. I gotta live my truth.
Just let it ride. Just let it ride.
They got to know their audience.
Nothing in our interactions has ever indicated that I've even like a fallen off Christian. Like there's nothing. I post about fasting for Ramadan and I'm like, come on, man. Like,
right. No, Christians have a lot of things like that, like specific, like in the clique, which I'm sure like every religion has.
Yeah.
Like assalamu alaikum, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's a very kind of similar, I think, like you said, call and response, like what you say to a believer, if you will.
Would you be offended? Oh, go ahead, Jerv.
I was going because he brought up the Candace Owens thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you are, as you just stated, absolutely not even close to Christian, right?
Yeah.
You knew that though, right?
I knew that one, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I wanted to lace it back.
I've always made the joke. Yeah, I've always made the joke that's the black people's Allahu Akbar. So like to me, like you hear that one all the time. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I hear it more from non-religious people than I do from religious people. It's always like, I found $20 in my pocket. God is good all the time.
Because it's extended almost to like a joking thing. It's not like that's serious.
Like I lost the girl's number. Oh, she hit me on the DM. Like, oh, God is good all the time. Like you hear that all the time. So, but I wonder, like, what? See, this is the part. I don't know Candace Owens' background. What is her background?
I don't.
Where'd she grow up?
Yeah, I don't really know.
I can tell you wasn't in the Baptist church. I'll tell you that much. I don't know where it was, but it wasn't there.
Right.
She was not going to Bible study. She was not.
Maybe you could Wikipedia or look her up.
She wasn't going to. I got you.
But
she wasn't.
But do you know? I was gonna say. Do you know? You know, like, do people hit you with like Resurrection or Happy Resurrection Day? Has anybody ever hit you with that?
In the past, maybe once or twice, but never like a bunch at the same time. So I'm not gonna say it's a common occurrence, but it has happened. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. Like I think people also, because this is something I learned late in life, that in my mind it's always been Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, like et cetera, et cetera. And those are different religions. But for Christians, they look at like Catholicism, Baptist, Presbyterian, Protestant. They look at those as different religions. I'm like, no, y'all are Christian. Y'all are different types of Christian. Kind of like Shia and Sunni in Islam. Like, Muslims are religion. These are not two different religions. It's just like two different accents, or sex or whatever. But like Christians really look at these as different religions. So I think when they think of other actual different religions, because but all Presbyterians, all Catholics, they all know about Easter, they assume like everybody else also celebrates Easter. And I'm like, not really. Like I would never think of saying like Ramadan Kareem to a Jewish person or a Christian person. There's no myopia for me into believing that everybody celebrates this. What do you mean?
Right.
But Christians really seem to think that their holidays are like universal.
Well, in America, it kind of isn't. You know, that was kind of also like part of the thought process of me wanting to like discuss religion and like Christianity, because Christianity is rooted in, I want to say like colonialism. So like,
yes.
So part of the whole spirit of Christianity is like our shit runs the world, you know, like that's what, the energy is behind it, you know? So I think people unknowingly walk around with that energy, not knowing that they've been indoctrinated in that way to present their religion in a way of like, what? You don't know about the Lord? You know, like, and that's not really how it is. And so much so, like, I feel like I'm in a stage now where I want to start learning about other religions. Ironically, it's because of movies. And I just watched Dune 2, but before I saw it, I was like looking up the story and everything and all that. And I was like, wait, what? This is about the Prophet Muhammad, or like
well,
all of it, or but not about, but like
but it's like it's definitely, it's like even like some of the names are like, that's an Arabic name, bro.
Right,
And
Arrakis
like,
is even like Iraq,
Iraq, so it's
yeah.
it is funny to see how many white people are loving this thing, and it's like, this is all like based on like Islam and like the Middle East and stuff, and
they don't,
man, no, they don't. They just, it's a great movie.
Real quick with Candace, there's nothing that says exactly what it is for her, but I did some thinking and speculating and doing some other deep dark.
Where'd she grow up?
where'd she grow up?
So she is from she's White Plains, New York, but her grandparents are she's Caribbean American, and her grandmom is from like the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas Virgin Islands. I think most islands, Caribbean islands, tend to have it's not tend to, but there's a large population of Episcopalian, which is a form of, which is a very similar to the Catholic Church.
Okay. So
if I was to put one and two together, I would imagine her early church life has to do something with Episcopalian background. But her husband is a converted Catholic, like former Catholics. They don't say what he converted to. Her belief now is just her and God. Like that's what they believe. That's what the deep dark web is saying.
Jerv, are you Catholic?
I'm so I grew up Episcopalian, but I'm Baptist now. I appreciated the Baptist church way more than the Episcopalian
a lot less
church
rules
that I went to. No, just Episcopalian church is very very Catholic, so it's very what you see
rules.
on. No, well, yeah, rules, but I'm just saying the service just in general. Like, I'm sorry, like I like to have a good time, dog. And the Baptist church it's a good time. Music is playing. I like music.
Jason, what are you? You Baptist?
So it's interesting. So I was raised Baptist, but my two grandmothers, one of my grandmothers is Baptist, the other one is Catholic. So I was raised in my one grandmother's Baptist church, but I also went to my other grandmother's Catholic church. And then I went to Catholic school. So I went to a Catholic high school, graduated from Catholic high school, and I went to a Catholic college. So I can't say I'm not Catholic, you know what I'm saying? But I'm mostly like, for that first 18 years of my life, most Sundays, I went to a Baptist church. And I don't remember getting baptized. That's the thing I was going to ask Jerv. Have you been baptized?
Oh, yes. I've accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, good brother.
There you go. I think I was I was baptized as a kid.
Make that clear.
I was baptized as a kid. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of interest.
I've been baptized, reconciliation.
Because in the Catholic Church, it's confirmation. You got to get confirmed.
Confirmation. Excuse me.
I was at reconciliation. Sounds like the first baptism didn't take, so they had to do it again. Lord, he's still out here sinning. Like, pour a little bit more water on his head.
But yeah,
go ahead. With mine, a little more water being poured. Your boys had a life.
Jerv, when you got baptized, was it just like a little sprinkling of the water? Or did they take you to the river and dunk you? Like,
I was baptized as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Does that count though? Does that still hold?
Nah, his shit is expired, bro.
Yeah, you gotta renew that baptism, man.
My brother. With all due respect to what y'all say, my God is a powerful God. Okay,
Jerv shows up to Heaven's Gates with his idea like, this is expired in 1994, my brother. Yeah. You got anything else?
Exactly.
Start filling up.
Like, yeah, we just stand over there. If
I'm gonna have to work something out with the bouncer.
No, it's Peter. Peter's the one at the gates.
Peter's at the door. Yeah.
Oh my God, Pete, what's up, baby?
And he does. Then Peter does the no eye contact. Sorry, bro, I can't help you. And they start looking away, like they don't make eye contact anymore.
And then you look at the niggas that's standing outside in the waiting line, and you like, I gotta go over there with him.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm a name drop, yo. I'm a name drop. I'm a name drop.
Your grandma.
I'm a name drop my grandfather. He was a pastor, yo. And they said on Cheers, that if you have a family member that's a pastor, you automatically get in. Peter might forget the rules, so I gotta let him get. Hey, dog, listen, I know the rules, yo.
Hey, did they put you on the list? I should be on the list.
Nah, I'm 1,000% on the list, bro. 1,000%.
Look under Jerv. Maybe put my nickname Jerv.
Yeah,
Jerv the perv.
No, it was a surprise that would be in heaven. Like when you get there, like it's like, damn, I don't know.
This nigga got in.
Yeah.
Tupac.
Oh,
I think I wonder if Heaven's got to get him. Like, Pac, let me tell you right now, you ain't got to wonder too hard.
Who would I be shocked? I mean,
there are a lot of people I'd be shocked.
Because I don't know like the other religions.
I don't want to say nobody personal because I ain't trying. Some people's wives and shit listen to the pod. I ain't trying to put them out there.
Muslim and Jewish, like, what are their belief systems for the afterlife?
So if I'm not mistaken about Jews, they don't believe there's a hell after.
Okay.
So they don't go to hell.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great. Zero unlimited margin of error.
Is there a purgatory?
I don't know. It's kind of weird for them, but it's like an unlimited margin of error. Like they can just up and define. For Muslims, yeah, like there's Judgment Day. You go to Judgment Day, and then God like puts all your good deeds on one side of the scale and bad deeds on the other side of the scale. And if it tips this way, like good, you go to heaven. If not, you go to hell.
So it's like a 51% thing. All you got to do is be a little bit.
So basically, you know what it is already. Like you know what your life has been.
No, because here's the part you don't know. You don't know how weighted it is, right? So me helping an old lady across the street, or me helping like a homeless family have food to eat, right? Does that outweigh like premarital sex?
I was gonna say it's fucking before marriage. Is each one like a ding? Each single sex?
No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Does every occurrence?
Is that
racked up, or is it like you already did it? Now you're in for a penny.
It's just like
Listen, I'll raise you that to about those days where you might just your internet search might just be a little risque.
Yeah, pornography. How does that play
because I'm just telling you right now, fam.
So
it's not looking good. It's not looking good for a lot of cats.
I had this conversation. First of all, I don't think pornography existed. Like when they were making all these rules, like porn was gonna be out here.
I mean, niggas had paintings. Was niggas? You know what I'm saying? To the pennies back because they had to start somewhere. What was the first? Yeah. What was the first actual pornography where niggas to a painting
is sick.
They do have cave paintings, but like I don't know if that's it. See, I don't know. Like when the ancient Greeks have like a woman with her titties out, right? Is that like this is art, or is it like, oh man, did you see Michelangelo's latest porn? Oh my god.
Right. As I'm saying, it had to start somewhere.
He gave Venus the hugest rack. Like,
there was something before Playboy. Like, what was the first moment where, you know what I'm saying? Cal was like, oh man, this is it. I'm going to be in the room over here by myself.
Didn't they have peak booths?
No, yeah.
Booths back in the day. Like,
yeah. Where, like the doing it video where like
you think none of these pervs been around forever. Somebody was going in there with their big ass camera and snapping pics until they got thrown out.
I'm saying pre-camera, you know what I'm saying?
How about like yeah, like in like the year 500 BC.
Right.
Did they have porn? Did the ancient Romans have porn?
The drawings on rocks.
They chiseled it. Make her ass bigger. Oh damn.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, this is a great segue, by the way. We talk about porn and the origins of porn because Pornhub has been going through some legal dramas in the state of Texas. As a result, they have shut down. This isn't the state of Texas shutting it down. Texas is trying to pass this law that's going to make it harder for the porn companies to exist. So Pornhub just like kind of preemptively, before this vote even happens, said, you know what? We're pulling off the server, shutting down the servers in Texas, basically trying to get all the pervs in Texas to be like, no, you can't pass this law. But as a complete coincidence, at the same time, both the Houston Rockets and the Dallas Mavericks, who will be playing on Sunday to later on in the day, they both haven't lost a game since this ban has taken place. And the Spurs, who are the third Texas team, have their longest win streak of the season. So the Rockets have won 11 in a row. The Mavericks have won 6 in a row. And the Spurs have won 3 games in a row, which is their longest win streak of the season.
It's like boxers. You know how boxers say they can't have sex before a fight?
Yep.
It's the same thing. Once you're not distracted, you're gonna be locked in.
Like, should this be a PSA to niggas though? Like, honest to God, right? Like if let's just say this is all in coincidence, it's all makes sense, right? It all evens out. This is why all those teams are playing better. Should niggas like relax and allow themselves to just be great and not suffer to Pornhub? Like, is that what we're learning from this?
I don't know. I mean,
I look, I'm gonna say this. As I explained to you guys at the beginning of Ramadan, I don't do anything. I don't even do anything to myself. I'm holding it for 30 days. It's all part of the experience for me. And I can say unequivocally that not jerking off absolutely messes my mind up. Like I need to clear my mind. I'm a lesser version of myself brain-wise because I'm holding this all in. I'm not like Costanza where it's like, now I'm going to learn another language. No, quite the opposite.
I was going to say, how's the Pelicans doing? They seem to be high up in the rankings. So, as a counter argument,
is it banned in Louisiana too?
No, I'm just saying somebody who's consuming copious amounts.
He's having the best year of his career.
Yeah, so
the best year of his career, man.
There's all
he's healthy. He hasn't gotten hurt that much,
There's always a counter argument. Ignorance is bliss, but knowledge is power. There's always two sides to the story.
Just because you brought him up real quick, I feel like I was 1 year early on saying him for MVP. Just to let you know, he did the one thing.
Brother, you still 1 year
early.
I said no. I was 1 year early.
Now you're 2 years early. Is what it is.
No, he'll do it next year.
So, who's the MVP right now?
It's
I said it. That was this. Oh, that was
Jokic. Is Jokic again? So you think Jokic is gonna win?
I think he's gonna narrowly edge out Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Damn. So why can't Shai win? He took a team that was never thought to be a 1 or top 3 seed in the West to be that.
But there's two reasons. I think number one, everyone realizes, oh shit, this guy's the best player in the league. Even last year, it's like, is he? When you say he's the best player in the league, now it's like unequivocally, this guy's the best player in the league. And so with that has to come the apology, which is like, my bad. We thought maybe you weren't that good last year. It had been proven. And it's like, no, you are the best player in the league. So I think the apology plus it's clear. Everyone loves Shai. Shai's great, but it's like, he's not Jokic. And especially if they don't end up better than Denver in the standings, I think that's going to play into.
Okay, but then the other glaring question is, how many first place votes does Jason Tatum get?
I think he's coming in third.
But I mean, don't they have the best record in the league? He's the best player on the team.
Yep.
Shouldn't he have more consideration than he's getting?
I think he's not as dominant as these other players on these great teams. And I think that's the biggest knock. Now, people in Boston are going to argue that this is on purpose. This is by design. That he's taken a step back so that the team can be better. Which I kind of agree. He has kind of been more of a facilitator. Having said that, do I think he's better than Jokic? No.
Right.
Do I think he's better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? No. That's why for me he would rank no higher than third.
Jerv, what are you doing? Tyrese Maxey is not going to be the MVP, bro.
Nah, bro, we missed out on what was shaping out to be one of the most legendary seasons we would have ever seen in basketball history, bro.
That's all you have to say? He's coming back, Jerv. How do you feel about that?
Oh, let's go.
Let me tell you what Keith Pompey told me. I interviewed Keith Pompey on NBA radio. And he said he thinks Joel is actually trying to come back for the Olympics, but he's worried that if he plays in the Olympics but doesn't play in the playoffs, everyone in Philly is gonna be like, "Oh, so you healthy enough for the Olympics? You're not healthy enough for the playoffs." So he is accelerating his comeback just to mark attendance. Like, I was here, I tried, just to appease you people, basically. How do you feel about that? He also Keep Pompey also told me that because hey, he's talking about Sixers fans. And
yo,
like,
you just love fucking with me. Yo, you will never. Man. I don't know. Like, did I talk to you that much about it when we were there? Because like yo, you'll just never just let me be a happy Sixers
fan. I know. I don't know any Sixer fan bigger fan than you, man. So you're my touch point on this shit. He also said that he thinks if he got hurt, he got hurt because he was trying to prove to everyone that like he wasn't afraid of Jokic or whatever.
Thank you, dog. I was at the 71, watched the next game against Washington. I saw him bang knees. I texted my friend and said, definitely going to need to probably take like a couple days off. He just banged knees. He misses the Denver game, and everyone just has to just be a fucking asshole and says, "Oh, he's afraid. He's afraid." They bring up all these stats. They don't bring up that the COVID year we didn't even fucking go to Denver or whatever year that was. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, bring up all this shit. The man comes back. He gets hurt. Listen, if he's not healthy, that's ass. He probably should chill. But yes, he's absolutely right, dog. If he goes plays the motherfucking Olympics, my nigga,
motherfuckers gonna go crazy.
You don't suit up, yeah. Niggas gonna. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, it's not a Philly thing. I think it's an any fan base thing.
That's a Philly thing. This is why y'all can't have nice things.
Nah, don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. Every fan base would do. You think? Come on, bro. If AD sat out, if AD got hurt and missed the whole entire fucking shit, and then came back and played in the Olympics, you're trying to tell me Lakers fans, national media, all that shit wouldn't be grinding him up, calling him all kinds of names?
Pause. Yeah. grinding him up is crazy.
Pause. Lying on me.
I think it's wild.
Oh, man. You got AD out here talking about step back, you're dancing kind of close.
But you don't think anyone would care?
Oh no, of course, man. People will go crazy, but
it's not. So it's not just a us thing.
Right.
We're just the scapegoat. Everybody likes fucking with us. They like bringing up the fact that drunk motherfuckers threw snowballs at Santa like in fucking like 71. I'm born in fucking 80, my G. Like,
don't talk about 71 like Philly fans having Notorious.
Like they changed.
Yeah, like come on,
my
bro.
My guy. I'm being respectful because niggas be getting stabbed and shit respectfully to those people all at Niners and Raiders games and shit, bro. So like, niggas don't be getting stabbed at the games, bro.
But every sport for y'all have the same MO. What are you talking about? The Eagles fans, Sixers fans.
So hold up. This goes back to the sin thing, right?
Yeah.
So you're telling me, hold up. This goes back to the sin thing. You're telling me throwing snowballs at Santa is an equal sin to motherfuckers getting stabbed at games?
Yo, no, bro. But I'm saying like. Go ahead.
You guys cheered Michael Irvin when people thought he might be paralyzed.
I mean, we fucked up that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we own that. That's on us right there, yo. We did too much. No excuse.
You think Philly has changed? You're saying like these shits are from decades ago. Now the modern Philly fan is sensitive and
I think that Philly fans are literally similar to a lot of East Coast fandom. Cities, right? Big cities. I think that we are just the black man walking in fucking the convenience store, and the second we walk in, everybody's looking at us, but they're not watching the white man. The white man that just walked in there that literally just put 3 things in their pocket.
So why do they? Why they always got to grease the polls, even when y'all don't win?
Yep.
Because at any city, when they win, motherfuckers climb up the motherfucking polls. Like I've seen it at every fucking place. However, at Philly, we decided we didn't want that to happen. So then they greased the polls. But hey, drunk kids, you know what a drunk high school kid is going to do? They're going to fucking figure it out. They're going to find a way. Like what?
How'd you turn that into a positive?
I'm just saying. Like let parades be great again. All right. Let's make parades great again.
I mean, he sounds like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Like life finds a way.
It finds a way.
We're just gonna find a way. Oh man.
All right. Let's see here. We got a topic here on the rundown. It's been here for a couple of weeks, and I still don't know what it means. Kiss cam suggestions outside of sports.
I don't understand this topic. Like,
I think I'm gonna just create it up in my mind.
Is this a trade topic? Should we leave it for?
This is a trade topic. Yeah, let's.
It's a trade topic, but I think I had an idea. Okay, trade topic. Go ahead.
I just want to leave it for trade because we're not well versed enough in it.
I need a setup. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
All right. What about acronyms you're too old for? I saw a post recently.
I saw you posted one, Jerv. Didn't you post one?
Is it like, hey, what they say now, CYM or?
Oh yes, yeah. What the fuck was
Call
that?
You back. Call you back.
CYB, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I posted that.
I don't know enough. We're not.
No, I think it was a trade post, and I thought it was funny, and I reposted.
Yeah, okay. This is another trade.
Trade time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is a good one. You get one last time to listen to a Diddy song. What would it be? I'm gonna say right now, man. I'm not stopping because I can't stop and I won't stop. I've come a full 180 on this, man. Like I was one of the people like, I can't listen to R. Kelly, I feel guilty or whatever. And now I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna play the music I want to play and I'm gonna enjoy what I want to enjoy. It doesn't mean I support this person and I hope all bad things happen to it, but like, I'm not gonna stop my enjoyment of the art.
I've also come maybe a full 180 on the I think to a certain extent the Diddy situation and the way it's been playing out in the media. And I've seen a few rappers kind of speak to this.
What are you on some he was about to buy NBC?
No. I'm not saying that. But I mentioned this in the chat. Like, if this was Hugh Hefner, like, what's the material difference at this point? Now, all the facts have not been presented, but the way that it's like and I'm kind of the mind of like there is a targeted effort to divide and conquer and like make the few Black billionaires like not have any kind of status in our society for whatever reason. Not like he was doing anything positive. So it's not on that tip. Like, I'm not saying this nigga was Marcus Garvey or Huey P. Newton by any stretch of the imagination, but he was just a nigga living his life. And that's what I'm saying. To me, it seemed like very much Playboy Mansion and all the things that this is my big gripe. And it's kind of past Diddy, right? We've gone to some weird, like, pre-puritanical society like mindset where I remember not too long ago, like even when you watch shows like Entourage and a bunch of shit, like niggas, the whole enjoyment of going to parties and the idea is like there's naked women and you could do drugs if you want and blah blah blah, and like this is a part of the fun of adult society. Right. And yes, it's technically illegal to have prostitution and do certain drugs and what have you. But this is the thing that most people are looking for. And one of the main reasons why I stated this is because there's a video going around of LeBron saying there's no party like a Diddy party. And like everybody for the last 20, 30 years.
There is no party like a Diddy party, my
nigga. But it's a joke now. But I'm saying for the last 30 years, it was of the belief in like popular society that you want to go to a Diddy party because there's going to be all of this debauchery, fun, attractive women, what have you, at your fingertips. And now it's like the butt of the joke. And I'm kind of like, I don't get the joke. Like, is it because it's gay people involved?
Well, see, okay, so this I have an interesting theory about this, that Black people only get outraged about things like this when it crosses a certain line, right? For R. Kelly, it was underage women. Because if you watch Surviving R. Kelly, it starts with a lot of the underage stuff, but at some point, there's women there like 35 years old. And after watching both seasons of Surviving R. Kelly, what I realized was R. Kelly isn't a pedophile in the traditional sense of like he likes young girls. What he likes are people who are easy to manipulate. It just so happens the biggest population of easy to manipulate people are young women, right?
Yeah,
young girls. But there's a bunch of like grown women who should know better, parents who should know better, but because they were just soft in the head, he was able to manipulate them. I'm not saying this to absolve R. Kelly or whatever. He's a rotten human being. He should die in prison or whatever. But what I'm saying is, like, the part that outraged people, particularly the black community, was he's talking to underage girls. If those girls were all of age, they were all of age. If they were all like the 35-year-old woman who was testifying in that thing, I don't think R. Kelly would have. I think he would have been straight.
But I think I won't say I disagree because, well, actually I do disagree a little bit because, and it kind of plays to my theory. I feel like there's a weird kind of changing of societal acceptance of things that it like ebbs and flows for whatever.
But do you think black people are part of that?
I think we're the biggest part of it because we all knew that his situation with Aaliyah when it happened, and it was talked about in very casual terms and like in a way that was like,
but it was casting aspersions, though, bro.
It was casting aspersions on him, but not in a way that was like so detrimental. And then the video came out, and a lot of people saw the video, and again, then we got the Chappelle thing where it was like ha 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 instead of the way that people are reacting to the Diddy thing. You feel me? So imagine that. Think of the difference in those exact scenarios. And it's like, huh? Like that doesn't even make any sense.
The Boondock skit was summed it up 1,000%.
Because it was the jam. So so then that begs the question. If Puff Daddy had a #1 hit on the radio right now, would niggas be feeling this way?
I would say here's my continuation of the theory.
Yes.
I would say they would not be as on him, but you know what, the thing that makes his thing again very radioactive, particularly with black people, is the gay stuff.
Right.
And
which is weird because we're supposed to be in an era, right?
But I think there's a couple of things. One, he is of a generation that the most like, look, let's be honest. Do 22-year-old people listen to fucking Diddy tracks? No, they don't care.
Right.
Just like last week we said, hey, do you think 24-year-olds care about Kendrick versus J. Cole versus Drake? No, they don't. This is for us, right? The same thing. Diddy is of a certain generation, and that generation is much more likely to hold homophobic views than the Caleb Williams generation, right? That's number one.
Right.
I have to get that in. Number two, we're gonna talk about that nigga in a second. Yeah, pause. Number two, though, is I think, even though people are way more accepting of LGBTQ lifestyles now, I think there still is, at least in the black community, a stigma about people who are in the closet.
Definitely. And
if you gonna be gay, come out and be gay, and we're cool. Yeah. But don't be in the closet. Don't be out here basically double agenting or whatever. Right. And so I think those two things, the homophobia of an older generation, and then the still prevailing sense of like, yo, if you're gonna be gay, but don't be in the closet. I think both those things make him easy, quote unquote, to give up on, or to kind of point the finger at.
Yeah, I think point the finger at is kind of more the lane that people are going.
Yeah.
Right or wrong with us, it works like this. When we are hearing the rumors or whatever, you know, we right or wrong, we have fun with the rumors and we let the rumors be the rumors, and they just be the rumors.
Because let's be clear, raise your hand if not the specifics, but like the kind of shit you heard about this Diddy stuff, if that's the first time you've ever heard that. Like no one raised their hand for the audio.
Yo, Wendy Williams told us this shit back in fucking whatever the fuck it was. The only difference now is, bro, and I said this to everybody. The difference now is that instead of it coming from Wendy Williams and she's saying that she knows, we're hearing people that are saying that whether this stuff's true or not, we're hearing people that are saying they were in the room.
Yeah, that it happened to them.
So like we're hearing the person that Wendy Williams would have got the information from
But
the niggas
then
owe her an
again,
apology too.
but then
I'm not really the biggest fan.
I go back to the whole like, but what happened, right? Like from what I'm hearing, it's like nobody wants to say specifics, and that's the other interesting thing, right? It's like sex trafficking is the big specifics of
Well,
the thing.
I asked this question: what's the difference between sex trafficking and pimping?
It's not. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing.
Pimping doesn't get Homeland Security to come to your house, but sex trafficking does.
Right. And so but that's what I think that's the confusing notion. And that's kind of what turned this into a big, firestorm. And also there's a whole other angle of like everybody wanting to get their taste and their bite off of a popular media story. So It's like if everybody's like, well, if I can get a little in on this, like, so, big celebrity, little celebrity, whoever, it's like, oh, I was at a Diddy party. I wasn't. I got invited. I did. Like everybody's.
Yeah.
It's the trending topic. Why wouldn't you put something there?
Yeah. Including, by the way, law enforcement. I remember when they cracked down on like Jim Gatto and all those guys in Adidas basketball for paying players. Like the actual case was mad weak. It's like you got like some low level middlemen and stuff like that. You didn't get any of the major players. You didn't get any of the big coaches. But they had this whole thing. They called it Operation Buzzer Beater or some shit like that. Operation Full Court Heave. Some stupid ass basketball analogy. And like the whole thing was like, oh, they're trying to make a name for themselves. Same thing, because I'm going to tell y'all what. We saw all those images of the raids in those two houses, right? We saw Diddy's kids in handcuffs, right? You know who wasn't arrested or put in handcuffs?
Sean Puffy Combs. He's walking around free in America. Like people were like, "Oh, he fled." Blah blah blah. This nigga's in Miami, hanging out with his daughters.
He's chilling.
Has not been arrested. So and again, I'm not trying to defend him. I don't want any of this to come across as a defense of who he is or what he's done. This nigga has done, I'm sure, enough foul shit to tip the scale 89 to 11. Like I'm sure it's not close. So I'm not in any way saying I defend who he is and what he's done. I'm just looking at the cultural implications and like everything surrounding it, and it's just a very interesting way that is being perceived based off of a lot of conjecture, really.
So let me just be Trey real quick. So to answer your question, is there one Diddy song that if you had to cancel?
It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about the Benjamins. This is his best song, and he only has one verse on most of his songs anyway. So we don't need to hear a lot of him rapping.
Is it all about the Benjamins?
I mean, because the other verse
is cold. That big
everybody gets off.
No. Let me put the preference out here before we say anything. If I say someone's verse is cold, I'm not saying no one else's verse is not cold. Everybody back then, everybody for the most part was during this little run. Everybody was for the most part ripping shit or whatever. That big shit.
No. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite lines. I think I've said that before on this podcast.
That was mine.
Fuck the state pen, fuck hoes at Penn State. My brain exploded when I heard that. I was like, oh shit, this nigga's the best.
This nigga's cooking. This nigga's cooking. To me, it's Victory. Yeah, Victory might be the one song.
You're actually right.
Yeah,
because I think Big's verse was better.
I changed my answer.
Multiple big verses, right?
Big, what's up?
There's multiple big verses on that, right? There's
there's two of them. He comes back at the end, but I'm gonna say this. First of all, that's a song that really tells me like, oh shit, man, we really got robbed of this nigga not living, because where he was going rap wise, like, oh shit, like this nigga was already like great off of 2 albums. Then you hear that shit in the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. You don't like me, like I was like, oh shit.
He was with him. You heard of us,
the murder us, most shady. Been on the low lately. The feds hate me. Oh my god, the shit that he was building right there. I was like, oh my god, he's about to take it to another level.
And bro, and how Puffy comes in on that song, and it's funny because
that video was cold too.
I've said this before, like I was not an East Coast fan at all. Like I didn't fuck with nothing East Coast. I was all Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Warren G, the whole shit. Tupac dies. There's like a lull where I'm like, very mad at the East Coast and like anything that's happening right there. You know what I'm saying? I never listened, to be honest, I never listened to Life After Death until I was like probably 16, 17.
Damn,
to like
bro.
2003, bro. I swear to God.
I got that
You
shit,
feel me?
Dave.
I
got that the night before.
Even,
It was
I was still mad.
I got it 2 weeks before it dropped. My homie, my roommate was a DJ. So he used to go to this place in Atlanta called Earwax. Earwax had all the vinyls. And so the Earwax for like the DJs, for the guy or for the guys that, well, I should say my homie was a DJ. He's just a vinyl enthusiast, I should say. But he, like, that's where the DJs went, to Earwax. And so at Earwax, like, they knew you come around a lot, they let you know, hey, we got this, by the way. So they sold it. He brought it back. I fucking dubbed that shit immediately. Wore that shit out, man. That first week on campus, 2 weeks before it came out, we were bumping that shit extra loud, windows down, stopping at every stop sign extra long. Like, it's the new Big. Don't worry. Oh yeah. We got to play.
That's how I felt when the Blueprint came out.
I had the Blueprint early. I saw that
first nigga on campus with it, baby.
I saw that shit in my school, like, nigga, the first day of school. Actually, it was the first day of school. I had the CD before, and that's how I got cool at Fairfax. Honestly, like,
oh, wow.
that was my freshman year of high school. Was 9/11. There was my second Tuesday was 9/11, but the first I got there like on a Wednesday or Thursday, and I had a backpack full of CDs. I had the Blueprint and Ghetto Fabulous. And I was selling them for $5 a piece.
Wow.
And I got cool. Niggas was fucking, both of them dropped on 9/11. I never forget.
On the same day.
So
disappointed in that Fab album, by the way.
I was just saying when the video comes out, but I remember the song. When the song came out on the radio and the nigga Puffy starts, yo, the sun don't shine forever, but as long as it's here, then we might as well shine together. Better now than never. Business before pleasure. Be Diddy in the van, we go do it better. Yeah, right. No matter what, we had like, bro, that nigga was floating, and that nigga cannot rap. He's a terrible rapper.
Do you remember the last line of that verse? I think that was the day I realized he doesn't write his own shit. I was like,
that was big, right?
Big Road,
big Road, because and you could hear Kiss Road Benjamin, Big Road Victory, but you could even hear it the way it puts together. Because what he says, while they're making up facts, we raking up plaques. That's a big verse if I ever heard one.
Yeah,
but like that shit, and then you hear Big come in, man. And remember, like Big was dead, and unlike Pac, when Pac died, we just got a steady onslaught of all this unreleased music. Right. When Big died, Live After Death came out, and then it was like, that's it. Like, oh shit. And I was like, oh yeah.
They did a little bit with the Dead Wrong shit.
But no, that came later. That came later.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes.
No, I'm saying in the immediate aftermath of his death.
Yeah.
And Tupac's immediate aftermath, we got Machiavelli came out, and then there was like Machiavelli 2, Machiavelli 3. There was all these Machiavelli mixtapes that came out. After,
so many.
And then we got albums. We got the greatest. Well, the greatest hits is actually, I think, might be his second greatest selling album, because that has changes on it.
Yeah,
but going,
yeah. So there was a lot of Tupac content that kept coming out after he was dead, which, by the way, fueled a lot of the rumors that he's not dead. This nigga's somewhere else, and they're like, "Wow, he rapping about this." Or like, my favorite one was like, someone had a poster. Someone claimed that they had a poster of Tupac and that he was wearing like the 13s. But the 13s hadn't been out yet when he got shot. How is that possible, right? So, but Big, when he died, Live After Death came out like, I want to see 2 weeks later, maybe, or a month later.
He died March 9th. The CD came out March 25th.
There you go. So, which, by the way, we just, I guess, passed the anniversary.
Yeah. No, that was the thing that when Puffy got raided, it was on March 25th, and kicking the door anniversary.
Dun. So, but then after that album,
great song,
we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear features on other people's tracks that hadn't been unreleased. We didn't hear unreleased mixtapes or whatever. We didn't hear anything. So it was just like, damn, I guess that nigga was like just too busy enjoying life and like thought he had plenty of time, whatever. And then when like you play that Victory and like you said, like Puff comes in and I'm like, yeah, this nigga's never rapped like this in his life. And then you get In the Commission. Oh, and he's rapping. I'm like, oh shit. That was my mind blown moment. It was like, oh man, this nigga, he's here. And then to get the Benjamin's verse, obviously we'd heard that one because they'd been playing for like the better part of a year when the album came out.
Because that came out before
It came out way
before like Kim and all that shit came out. Like when they had
Yeah.
Then we got
Gotcha.
More Money,
Yeah,
More
yeah, yeah.
Problems.
More Money, More Problems, and then Young G's. So he was on like 4 tracks in that album.
Love that fucking song too, by the way.
Young G's is a great song, man.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Got lawyers.
That's a good fucking album, yo.
It's a great album.
Fucking album.
My bad.
No
Actually,
Way
More
Out
Money,
was it?
Isn't More Money,
go
More
ahead.
Problems on Life After Death? I fucked that up.
That is on Life After Death,
I
yes.
fucked that up. Yeah.
But No Way Out is still a great fucking album,
It's
yo.
a great album. Great album, man.
No, for sure. And so that's like the sad part. You know, obviously we went through this with R. Kelly where we kind of had to like, you know, eliminate a whole discography, but not even that, like a part of the R&B hip hop landscape, such like a huge part of, you know, the 90s and in the early 2000s. And then when you look at Puffy, like that's the saddest part of all of this is like, no matter what happens, like, you know, I was texting my homie, like with the Cassie shit and everything, I basically told him like, you know, it doesn't matter what you do to me. If you are one of those people who push your hands on women and beats up women, whatever God's punishment for you is justified. So I can't say, you know, whether he did everything they accusing him of, but hey, bro, you did that to that lady, and that's not cool. So his whole thing is tainted, regardless of what happens after today. You know what I'm saying? Like how people are, you know, looking upon him, and that not makes only his thing tainted, but the rest of hip hop, because he is probably more involved in hip hop. I don't know if there's another artist or figure that you can name. Is there another artist or figure that you can name me that's more involved in hip hop than Sean Puffy Combs?
Well, I would say R. Kelly was there because he wrote and produced for so many people, so many more people than I think Diddy did write for anybody. He produced, but his production is basically getting other producers to produce. But R. Kelly, it's like, yo, his fingerprints are all over. And it wasn't just R&B and hip hop. It was pop. It was like if you went and said, I'm going to take out, that's why the other thing that made me like start playing R. Kelly music again was when I realized there's a hypocrisy here. Because if you went and you want to actually take out every song that R. Kelly had something to do with, you're taking out Lady Gaga, you're taking out a whole bunch of people, like beyond our music. But we're going to shame Kelly Price and not play Friend of Mine. We're going to shame Ronald Isley not play Contagious. But everybody else shit gets to stick around. I was like, nah, man, fuck that shit. Like the guy, he's in jail. He got caught. And by the way, whenever they play this shit, the proceeds go to the settlement to the surviving families. Like I'm playing R. Kelly, man. I don't give a shit. For Diddy, I mean, it still is a huge discography for sure.
Right, and he was an executive and also like a creator. So you know we've got to throw Making the Band and all of his television work in that. You know the Sean John of it, like Revolt. So he was a trailblazer in a lot of different ways, and like
Ciroc,
all of it. You know what I'm saying? So
are niggas still gonna drink Ciroc?
I stopped drinking Ciroc a long time ago.
I mean,
I was like, it had nothing to do with Diddy.
Let me say this. I understand that everyone on this pod may not drink Ciroc. But if we're going to be honest, when you go out, niggas is drinking Ciroc, my nigga. Y'all may not drink it, but niggas is drinking Ciroc.
This is.
I don't drink Ciroc. I don't drink vodka.
No, nigga. I know exactly what this is. Jerv putting on his tech fleece and his Air Maxes and declaring, I'm a man of the people. What are we going to do about the Ciroc? We just go get rid of all the Ciroc. I got sent the bottle of Ciroc in New York we did a read or something. They sent me a huge ass bottle. Guess what's happening? I ain't pouring that shit out.
But Diddy's not even a part of that company anymore, and he's not part of Revolt either.
No,
but my ask was more so because he's not involved with it anymore, or do niggas still fuck with Ciroc like that?
No,
I wasn't trying to get my man's banned.
No, I think that's what I love about also hip hop involvement in a lot of products is that when niggas get involved, they boost the sales astronomically, and then as soon as they decide to kick niggas out, the sales plummet the same astronomical fashion. Like the same shit
That's
happened
true.
with Yeezy and Adidas. Like everybody was wearing Adidas 5 years ago.
The number one example, Cristal.
That's what I'm saying. Jay-Z did it like 5 times.
Cristal used to, when I tell you, like, when you like, there was an era, 90s and early 2000s, where people walk in. You needed, like, if we're going to the club, we're getting bottles, gotta have them gold bottles coming out. Gold bottles meant, there it is. There's the gold bottle. Got the world, a bad influence, got the world drinking gold bottles. There it is. Jason didn't get the memo.
Spilling mo. I was in my video.
They call us.
They called us niggas. It's a 2005 bottle of Cristal.
They called us niggas. They were calling us niggas in 2005. Jason went and bought, like, oh shit, they're on sale now. But like that was iconic.
Yeah.
Every video, every big club, every big party.
Now it's Ace.
And now nobody even
thinks
there's never been a harder. Maybe we don't drive X5s. We're giving the baby mamas. That might be.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, and this could be the Negro in me. You know, I didn't see that many 4.0s when I was young either. Around my way, I saw 4.6s when I would see the people out that make their moves to get them type things. I ain't never see a 4.0.
It's like they took them off the street. That's how it felt.
Oh.
I mean, Jay-Z,
and I'm pretty sure those was pricey vehicles too.
It's like he's got to be the number one, right? I think he took it a step too far when he tried to do Death of Auto-Tune, but he gave us and took away white t-shirts.
He saved us from jerseys. For sure.
He brought in jerseys, took them out. He brought in the He was there when the jerseys was starting.
Nah.
I don't know. I'm not saying he's the first one.
Fat. I just got to put the respect on Fab's name.
Look, Fab took it to a level that nobody else was doing it, but he wasn't the one that started that shit.
No, I'm just saying the Mitchell and Ness era, the era that we're speaking of niggas rocking jerseys. Fab is the one that king of it. Fab kicked off that.
I have to disagree. I think a lot of Jay-Z trends ended up being championed more so by other people other than the button-up thing. I think that he was kind of the king of that. But like white t-shirts, Air Forces, the whole thing, like everything we just said, jerseys, button-ups, like
rims.
He brought in a lot of that shit, but like Baby was the king of rims. You know what I'm saying? Like it was other niggas who was the king.
But he was the one that killed the rims,
right? But it was other niggas who more niggas wore white tees. You feel me? Like it was a bunch of other niggas who did. More niggas wore Air Forces. Fat Joe loves Air. You know what I'm saying? Other niggas did all of the shit he did better and bigger than him. It's kind of how people say Jay-Z was never the best rapper in any year. Like he wasn't never the number one king of everything, but he was always the bar.
I don't understand how you're the best rapper alive, but you're not the best rapper in a year. Like that shit's wild. But
it's like niggas that was winning MVPs when LeBron was in his prime, but not.
He still got some though. Like the nigga still got some. He still got some MVPs. Like to say the man to be the best rapper alive, or to be one of those individuals that people say is the best rapper alive. You're not the best rapper in the year? That's crazy.
Speaking of best alive, I want to end the show with this topic, which got a very heated response in the group chat. Was it Offset that said this?
Yeah.
That
yes.
Migos is the second best rap group of all time behind only Outkast. And I was insulted and offended. And I thought I was going to be alone, to be honest. I was surprised to have so many allies on this. That like
was too.
They're not even top 5, right?
Well, like, I'm on the other side now. Maybe they're number 1.
you might have checked out the conversation because Jason did go from being on your side to 1,000% on the other side.
Dog, hold on. I'm gonna name unequivocally.
You put his whole thought process in that bitch.
that must have missed it. Better than Migos, unequivocally. Wu-Tang, for sure. I will put Mobb Deep for sure. I would put Tribe Called Quest for sure. I would put NWA for sure. I would put I'm missing one. Who am I missing?
Outkast.
Oh no, they already named Outkast. Outkast is one.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're saying number 2. Okay.
Yeah, these are all. Yeah. This is how I know I'm unbiased on this. I wouldn't put this group. I would rather listen to Migos than I would listen to this group, but I know the legacy and impact and everything. Fucking UGK above Migos. And I'm saying this as someone, if you gave me the option which one to listen to, I listen to Migos for sure.
Right.
So now you got a rebuttal. You said you changed your mind.
I mean, just to play devil's advocate, because I'm more often than not like squarely on your side and actually lean harder than you, and that's why me and Trey were going back and forth about the Beastie Boys, because like,
oh yeah,
I'm a real hip hop head at heart and soul.
You're a DJ, man.
I'm a DJ, and like I started out listening to these records, you feel me, and listening to my dad's collection and going back and listening to Run DMC and the Beastie Boys.
That's another one.
You feel me? And Bone Thugs. I came up listening to Bone Thugs.
Yep.
We talk about Life After Death. One of the greatest songs, the greatest intro to an album ever is
Notorious.
So
like 2 minutes before a verse even drops, right?
That beat is incredible. But that's what I'm saying. So and them niggas have a lot of hits. Them niggas got a lot of great songs, bro, and a lot of good albums too.
Their album with the Crossroads on it sold like 8 bajillion copies.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. And their comeback album, Resurrection, was dope as fuck too. So they got some shit. But on the other side of it, like for the last 10 years, and this like you got to look at hip hop in the whole landscape. Like the Migos did some amazing shit. They have a lot of great songs. They have 2 really, really good albums. The Culture, I would say, is a classic, one of the last few rap classics. They all rap really good. They flow together. The beat selection is impeccable. You could play this shit in the club. The hoes love it. Like they pass a lot of the smell tests on, and they're authentically from where they're from. They're authentically an Atlanta sounding group. So like I give them all the credit and all the accolades. And there's an argument to be made that they could technically be the best, because Outkast, as great as they are not a club for the hoes sounding music. And that was the only.
Well, so that was where you lost me. And bro, I'm gonna keep it a bean when you said it in the chat. I just didn't feel like typing all this shit out. I'm glad you brought that back up, because I forgot. Because you look at the club era, and I understand what you mean. Just respect the gray hairs and the hairlines and all that shit to let you know that the club, although it may be hard to believe, we were listening to some of that shit in the that shit was getting played in the club, because that was the music that people were driving down.
What songs was getting played in the club?
I'm just saying, whoever was out that had the album.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you right now. The greatest. I could go with a lot of like obvious Outkast songs that played in the club. Players Ball and Players Ball. What do you call it? Rosa Parks, Bombs Over Baghdad, Roses. But I'm gonna give you the greatest example of what Jerv just said. They used to play Spotty Doppy Policious in the club.
Spotty Doppy.
And that's a slow ass song. They used to play us in the club, and the girls loved it. That's what you want to.
But the club, and also the club tempo is very different now.
Niggas wasn't fucking in the club. Like it was a time where niggas actually went to the club and like they danced, and depending on the song. Like I'm not saying we was back like on our parents' era, fucking when they was doing line dances and fucking twerk. No, not saying that. But like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, they're doing more line dances and shit now.
Yeah, right. I think again, back to the ebbs and flows. I think in the late, and from Luke to Little John, that was like the freak era where it was like girls is grinding on you in the club. I think when we got to the trap era, it got more to like how niggas do videos where it's a bunch of niggas in the kitchen. Like it's just niggas standing on couches like by themselves, and like girls twerking by themselves. Like there's not really like no physical contact in the club anymore. And the music is a part of that. It's like the rhythm of it.
Well, niggas have always kind of stood on the couches with the bottles and shit. Girls might be.
When Get Low, it goes out. Like
you was like you might grab her and bring it to the table if you had a table, but you weren't dancing by yourself. Right. You were not You were not just here like, hey, like you're not doing that, man.
Oh no. I mean, like
when
I probably
came out, Jerv,
I'll say this.
When
I probably start
out,
dancing by myself and then just like strategically start turning, and then you know, next thing you know,
there's the verb, like with the homing beacon on.
But I'm saying, I mean, you're in the section, so like you was probably gonna dance anyway. I just made it more convenient.
Like niggas used to be in the club in full sweat, like in a full, like sweating out. White
hold on.
Come on,
I was never.
like,
Listen, I gotta keep it a bean. I was never the nigga that was in the club breaking the sweat, my nigga.
You didn't have.
I'm not really a dancer.
I'm not.
I've never been a
brother. You missed.
Listen.
A beautiful time.
No, I did. I saw. I was there. I watched. It was crazy. I'm just not a dancing nigga.
That's how. Like I was an NFL quarterback. That towel would be right here at my waist, and then you just pull it out. And you're like. Oh.
I was a real chill young boy. Like honestly,
I believe that U.S. hotels lost between 1.3 and 1.7 billion dollars in hand towels. Because anytime a nigga would stay at a hotel, these hand towels is coming with me.
Oh,
that one, and then the other one was like
to this day, my nigga.
You walk around and towel.
Order extra white t-shirt on your head. You know what I'm saying?
With the headband,
around the shirt. Yeah, for sure. Like, come on, bro.
You know damn well. Listen, whatever the last time you've seen me, if it was warm, I promise you, I have a hotel towel with my nigga. That's gonna be to the end of time.
I might bring that shit back. Man.
That's what they're there for. There's so many. They get them from the dollar store. They're not that fucking crazy. Like
no, I'm not talking about that. I have towels, nigga. I'm talking about
you talking about
my house, leaving my house with them.
I thought you meant like the hotel towel aspect. I'm sorry.
No. I'm talking about like what I mean. That's where the niggas got the towels for. That's why I have the towels. I didn't buy them. These are all like remnants of years and years of towel confiscations. But I'm saying like I might bring it back as far as like walking out in public with just the towel hanging out my waist or whatever, or with the headband over my head. Summertime in New York, I might do that for sure.
No, the headband with the towel.
I was doing that shit last summer.
That will go crazy for sure. Like some of the things that we discovered in the early 2000s was really like marks of genius. You know, like we got to bring a lot of this stuff because we was onto something. We just left it because it's like not trendy anymore.
Oh, see, y'all was being trendy. As the residential guy that's been the big nigga his whole life, pause. The towel has just always just been there. Like
functional.
If you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm dating someone, like their job, the part of their job when we go places, if we're about to step out and it's the summertime, like you know what I'm saying? Like no, like no, come on, that I think I should have said yeah. I sound real player real quick.
We're gonna have a Diddy case for Jerv too. And make all my bitches hold a towel. What do you have them hold? Like, you stepping out?
They'll remind me. They'll part of the whole checklist of going out and make sure we got everything.
Phone, keys, wallet, towel.
Yeah, do you have babe? Do you have your babe? Did you got your towel? And I'm gonna tell them, nah, I'm gonna be good. And then they gotta be like, eh. And then I live with my consequences.
It's like asking a chick to bring a sweater. I hate that's my number one pet peeve with a chick. Like they never want to bring a sweater, and it's like, why? And they be dressing cold as shit. In LA, it's don't get really too for real cold, but it get cold like chick cold, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like after dinner, you're gonna need a sweater. You have on this top, and you just
chick cold is hilarious
because we know you know what chick cold is.
I know what chick cold is.
It's a specific degree range, and
and they don't want to listen to you when you tell them before.
No, never. No,
God forbid that you be. God forbid that you just know, like you looked at the temperature and see it's about to be 30 degrees less. But nope.
No, we're gonna be out for 5.5 hours. We going to dinner. We might go to the movies. When we get out of there, it's gonna be brick as shit, and they just gonna be like,
"Yep."
Now I gotta be cold.
All right. Let's wrap this thing up real quick. I want to talk about this real quick as the last topic of the show. Got a live show coming up. We haven't had a live show in over, 4 years? It's been 5 years. 5 years since we had a live show. We're supposed to have a live show March of 2020, and something happened. I can't remember. Oh, that's right. The fucking world shut down. So this is our first live show in a long time. It's in Toronto, April 6th. That's next Saturday. It is at the Soho House. If you are a Soho House member, you can register and show up to that. If you are not a Soho House member, we are giving a few passes away to our Patreons. So if you're not patreon.com/countthings, make sure you're tapped in so you're eligible to get access to our first live show in a long time. We're hoping this is going to kickstart our live shows again. But you guys are getting into Toronto later this week. How excited are you for this opportunity to bring it back?
It's going to be cold.
Is it? What's the weather supposed to be like? Is it chick cold or cold?
Yeah, I need to
chick
check
cold,
the weather.
like 40, 46, chick cold.
That's cold.
Yeah,
that's
cold. Okay, to me, that's chick cold.
Yeah, anything under the 50 is getting cold.
Yeah, so pack a motherfucking coat.
Yeah, I guess I should get a real jacket, but I'm excited. I've never been to Canada. Yeah, I don't own it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I've never been to Canada.
Oh, you're gonna love Toronto, bro. Toronto's a fun town, man. It's a fun.
I love
town.
it there.
I hear. Yeah, I know some people out there, so I'm trying to get some recommendations. We only gonna be out there.
Oh, my nigga.
What?
Oh, we're gonna get the smoke. Oh, this is epic. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
this is awesome, man. I just made my motherfucking
I'm actually looking forward to meeting Jerv. I've never met Jerv.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we've never met in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was thinking about that. I'm like, I'm gonna get to meet Jerv. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Y'all two have met?
Yeah. We met like a couple times. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Jerv, you got to get on a plane more often, man.
For real.
I'm looking forward to going to Toronto. It's been a while since I've been on a plane, brother. I love Toronto. Toronto's a dope town.
I got the preliminary guest list. It's pretty tight. We're not gonna give away names. I'm just telling you right now. We got some names on the list. So again, if you're in Toronto and you're a Soho House member, check us out. If you're not in Toronto and you're a Soho House member, it's not too late to maybe catch a flight or if you're close enough, drive. And if you're not in Toronto or you're in Toronto and you're not a Soho House member, again, patreon.com/countthedings. Make sure you're tapped in. All right.
Wait, hold on. I just wanted to make one last comment on the graphic that got made.
Oh my God.
Because I was like, is that me? And then I was like, no, that must be Jerv. And then I sent it to the chat like, why y'all do Jerv like that? And Amin goes, that's Zach Harper.
That's what they told me. They told me that's Zach Harper, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. In the words of my boy Nate Jones, shout out Jones on the NBA. Nate said, hold on, let me pull up the exact tweet because this one's a pretty good one.
But that graphic was hilarious with everybody on the horseback.
Yeah. All right. So this is what Nate said. Only question is, why do they have Zach looking like the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude? They made Zach black.
Yeah, Black Harper.
Black Harper, exactly. So but it should be fun. Everyone definitely come check us out. And like I said, if you are in Toronto or can get to Toronto, but you're not a Soho House member, patreon.com/countthedings. Hit us up, and we are going to be giving away a couple of exclusive passes. And by the way, there's exclusive merch that's going to be available only at that show. So I know you've seen the drop we had for our new merch store for a couple of the limited run stuff. There's a limited run something that's about to drop only at that show. So be on the lookout for all of that. For Jason Madison, for John Jervay, I'm Amin Elhassan, reminding you all to stay black, motherfuckers.